iPhone. Like Samsung, this company also specializes not only in phones but also in computers, watches, tablets, and much more. But in this video, we will focus specifically on the mobile phone. The first Apple phone was announced on January 9, 2007, and Steve Jobs shared the story of how he came to the idea of creating a phone. I started with the tablet. The idea came to me to remove the keyboard and type directly on the glass display. I asked our team if we could make that happen. 6 months later, they showed me a prototype of such a screen. Then, I gave the prototype to the person working on the user interface. And after a few weeks, he introduced inertial scrolling. That's when I thought we could turn this into a phone. So I set the tablet project aside and began developing a phone. Apple's first phone project was highly secretive, codenamed Purple 2. Everything was so secretive that engineers working on different parts of the phone couldn't talk to each other. Now, although the iPhone is quite expensive, it's considered one of the best phones in the world, known for its stability, battery quality, screen quality, and much more. Samsung. This is a South Korean conglomerate specializing in the creation of a wide range of electronic devices. However, we will focus specifically on Samsung Electronics, which works on the development of integrated circuits, telecommunications equipment, household appliances, and smartphones. Today, the company is Apple's main competitor in the market. Samsung was founded in the city of Suwon, originally named Samsung Electric Industries. Initially, they produced televisions and refrigerators, household appliances. In the first 12 years, the company manufactured 10 million TVs. The company developed rapidly, partly due to government support. Samsung introduced its first mobile phone in 1988. Huawei. This Chinese company decided to launch its first smartphone in 2004. A few years later, Huawei introduced its independent subsidiary, Honor. In September 2012, the company released the first smartphone in the world with 4G support. Business was booming for Huawei, and 11 years after entering the smartphone market, the company became the third largest smartphone manufacturer in the world. A few years later, they surpassed Apple, which held the second spot in the rankings. At that time, Huawei was in second place, behind only Samsung. However, the market looks different today. Apple now holds the leading position in phone sales, while Huawei has fallen back to 8th place in the rankings. Xiaomi. The company was founded just 14 years ago by 6 partners. A year later, they managed to release their first mobile phone and quickly found success, selling 10 million devices within 2 years. Today, Xiaomi produces not only phones but also tablets, home appliances, TVs, and smartwatches, and it holds a leading position in sales volume. Last year, the company also introduced its first car, named the SU7, where SU stands for Speed Ultra. Currently, Xiaomi is the third largest smartphone manufacturer in the world, behind Apple and Samsung. Realme. This company, like Xiaomi, was also founded relatively recently in 2010. It started as Oppo Electronics and initially launched the Oppo Real smartphone line. After 20 years, former Oppo Vice President Skylai announced that he was leaving to create his own independent brand called Realme. In 2021, Realme grew at an astonishing pace, becoming the fastest brand in history to reach 100 million sales globally. Following this success, the company expanded into smartwatches, audio devices, TVs, and home appliances. Today, Realme is one of the largest companies in the market and was among the first to offer 5G-enabled phones. Motorola. Founded in 1928, the company originally had a different name and specialized in making battery eliminators for radios. In 1930, they developed a car radio, which became their most successful product, and the company was renamed in its honor. However, let's focus on Motorola as a phone maker. In 2011, the company split into 2 entities, Motorola Solutions and Motorola Mobility, the latter being responsible for phone production. A year later, Google acquired Motorola for $12.5 billion, but then sold it to the Chinese company Lenovo. Today, Motorola continues to release phones under the Moto series, now under Lenovo's leadership.